My fiancée texted, "I quit your mom's business for you. She was too demanding. You're welcome." I'd worked there for 10 years. I responded, "Noted." Then I went to work the next day like nothing happened and told my mom everything. When my fiancée showed up expecting praise, my mom handed her a bill for the clients she'd lost and 32 mail, need to document this while I'm still processing because my entire world just imploded and somehow I'm okay with it? Been with Ashley, 29, for 3 years, engaged for 6 months. She worked at my mother's accounting firm. Mom built this business from nothing over 25 years. Started in our garage, now has 15 employees, and handles books for half the small businesses in town. I've worked there since I was 22. Started in data entry, now I'm senior accountant. Yeah, I know, working for mommy. Ashley never let me forget how weird it was, but I genuinely love the work and mom treats me like any other employee. Actually, probably harder on me to avoid favoritism claims. Ashley joined 2 years ago as a client relations manager. Mom hired her as a favor to me initially, but Ashley was good at her job. Charming with clients, organized, seemed dedicated. Mom even started trusting her with bigger accounts. Yesterday at 2 p.m., while I'm deep in quarterly reports, my phone buzzes. "Babe, I did something amazing for us. I just quit your mom's business. She was getting way too demanding and it was affecting our relationship. All those late nights, weekend calls, her constant criticism, it was toxic. You don't have to choose between us anymore. You're welcome. Can't wait to celebrate tonight." I stared at my phone for a solid minute. She quit? Without discussing it? Without notice? Right before tax season? Texted back. Noted. That's it? I just freed us from your controlling mother and you say noted? Me? At work. We'll talk later. I did this for you. I didn't respond. Instead, I walked down the hall to Mom's office. She was on the phone, looking stressed. When she hung up, I asked, "Did Ashley just quit?" Mom's face went through about 5 emotions. She sent an email 5 minutes ago. No notice, no transition notes. Just "I quit, effective immediately." I've been trying to reach her because she has the Morrison Industries presentation tomorrow. Morrison Industries, our second biggest client. A presentation Ashley had been preparing for 3 weeks. She also has the Brennan Group tax documents, Mom continued, and the Riverside restaurant chain contracts for renewal, all on her company laptop. My stomach dropped. She didn't return the laptop? No, or her T card, or the company credit card. That's when I knew this wasn't just about quitting. This was Ashley trying to hurt the business. Went back to my desk, finished my workday like normal. Didn't tell anyone about Ashley's text. At 5 p.m., Mom called a quick meeting. "Team, Ashley has decided to pursue other opportunities. We'll be redistributing her accounts. I know tax season is coming, but we've handled worse. Tommy, can you take Morrison? Janet, you've got Brennan. I'll handle Riverside personally." Everyone nodded, no questions asked. That's why Mom's business works. We're a team. Drove home to find Ashley had decorated the apartment with balloons and a banner that said freedom. She was wearing lingerie and holding champagne. Surprise. We're celebrating my last day under your mother's thumb. I sat down on the couch. "Ashley, you have client files on your laptop." She waved dismissively. "They'll figure it out. Your mom's so smart, right? You have Morrison's presentation tomorrow." "Not anymore, I don't." She laughed. "God, you should see your face. Babe, I did this for US. Your mom's been poisoning you against me. All those Ashley made an error comments. The Ashley needs better time management meetings. She hates me. Those were performance reviews. Everyone gets them. No, it was targeted. She wanted me gone, so I left. Now she can't control our relationship anymore. Ashley, you signed a contract. You have company property." Her face shifted. "So, what's she gonna do? Sue me? Her future daughter-in-law? That'll look great at the wedding." That's when it hit me. She thought she was untouchable because we were engaged. "You need to return the laptop and files tonight." "Absolutely not. I don't work there anymore." "Ashley, no. You're supposed to be on my side. I'm your fiancé. I quit that toxic job for you and you're defending her?" She stormed into the bedroom and slammed the door. I slept on the couch. At 3 a.m., I made a decision. Update 1 week later. Holy crap, this escalated exactly how I expected, yet somehow worse. So the morning after Ashley's freedom celebration, I got up at 6 a.m., showered, dressed for work, and left without waking her. Went to the office like normal. Mom was already there, on the phone with Morrison Industries, apologizing profusely. They were not happy about the last-minute presenter change. Tommy was scrambling to recreate the presentation from scratch. I walked into Mom's office. Ashley still has the laptop. I know, she's refusing to return it. I figured. Mom, I think she's doing this to prove a point. She thinks you can't touch her because she's marrying me. Mom looked at me over her glasses. Jake, I love you. But if any other employee did this, what would I do? Send a formal demand letter, then involve lawyers if needed. Exactly. Do what you need to do, Mom. She nodded. I'm sorry this is happening. Me too. At lunch, Ashley started blowing up my phone. Where are you? Why didn't you wake me? Are you seriously at work right now? Jake, answer me. This is ridiculous. Your mom is toxic and you're enabling her. I sent one text, working. Morrison presentation at 2. She showed up at the office at 1:30. The receptionist, Donna, called back. Jake, Ashley's here. She doesn't have her badge. She doesn't work here anymore, Donna. Could hear Ashley shrieking in the background. Went up front. Ashley was in full meltdown mode. You're seriously making me check in like a visitor? Jake, tell her who I am. Donna knows who you are. You're a former employee without a badge. Her face went nuclear red. We need to talk, now. I have the Morrison presentation in 30 minutes. I don't give a I don't care about Morrison. Well, I do. It's my job. Your job? Your job? I quit for you. That's when Mom walked by, heading to the conference room. She nodded politely. Ashley lost it. Don't you dare act casual. You've been trying to break us up since day one. Well, guess what? I won. I'm marrying your son, and there's nothing you can do about it. Mom stopped, turned. Ashley, this isn't personal. You quit without notice and retained company property. I need the laptop and files returned by 5 p.m. today, or I'll have to take legal action. Legal action? Ashley laughed. Against your daughter-in-law? Against a former employee who's in breach of contract. Jake, Ashley grabbed my arm. Tell her. I removed her hand. Tell her what? To let you keep stolen property? Stolen? I worked on those files. On company time, using company resources. They belonged to the business. She stared at me like I'd slapped her. You're choosing her, your mommy, over your fiancé? I'm choosing to support the business that employs 15 people and serves hundreds of clients. This isn't about choosing sides. Yes, it is. It's always been about sides. And you just showed me which one you're on. She stormed out, but not before shouting, You'll regret this, both of you. Tommy nailed the Morrison presentation, by the way. They weren't thrilled about the switch, but appreciated our professionalism in handling it. At 5 p.m., no laptop. Mom called her lawyer. That night, Ashley wasn't at the apartment. Her stuff was still there, but she was gone. Text from her at 11 p.m. Staying with Brittany. Can't believe you betrayed me like this. Your mom wins. Hope you're happy. Next morning, formal demand letter was sent to Ashley's email and Brittany's address, where Ashley was staying. 48 hours to return all company property or legal proceedings would begin. Ashley's response? Posted on Facebook. When toxic family businesses try to threaten you for standing up for yourself. My future mother-in-law is now suing me for quitting her sweatshop, all because I refuse to be her slave anymore. And the worst part? My spineless fiancé is letting it happen. Support small businesses? Not when they're run by monsters. She tagged the business page. We lost 3 clients in 2 hours before Mom could respond professionally. One was Brennan Group, the files Ashley still had. Mom posted a simple response. We wish Ashley well in her future endeavors. For factual information about this situation, please contact us directly. But the damage was starting. Then Ashley did something really stupid. She created a fake email account and sent messages to our clients, claiming to still work for the company and warning them about unethical practices and suggesting they switch to our competitor, Hartley Accounting. How do I know? Because Ashley's not tech-savvy and did it from her laptop, the company laptop. That still had our security software installed. IT pulled the logs, every email, every timestamp, every keystroke. Mom's lawyer was practically giddy. Update 2? 2 weeks later, Ashley's entitlement reached heights I didn't think possible. After the fake email situation, Mom's lawyer sent a cease and desist. Ashley's response? She hired her own lawyer, some ambulance chaser, who probably took the case for the publicity. He sent a letter demanding 6 months severance. She worked there 2 years. Payment for emotional distress caused by hostile work environment, $50,000. A public apology for defamation. Withdrawal of all legal action. Oh, and a positive reference letter for future employment. Mom's lawyer laughed. Actually laughed on speakerphone. But then Ashley played what she thought was her trump card. I came home from work to find my apartment ransacked. Not burglarized, reorganized. All my stuff was in boxes by the door. Ashley was there with her 3 friends, including Brittany and her mother, Denise. Jake, Denise stepped forward. We need to have a family discussion about this situation. Family? Yes, family. Ashley is your fiancée. Your mother is destroying her life over a petty work dispute. Denise, I don't want to hear it. You're going to call your mother right now and fix this, or the wedding is off. I looked at Ashley. She was smirking, arms crossed, surrounded by her support squad. Okay? Ashley looked surprised. The wedding's off. Dead silence. What? Ashley screeched. You heard me. We're done. Please take your things and leave your key. Denise went full mama bear. You can't break up with her. She quit her job for you. No, she quit her job to hurt my mother's business. Then tried to sabotage it. Then tried to extort money from it. Extort, Ashley shrieked. I'm asking for what I deserve. You deserve to be sued for corporate espionage, actually. Brittany jumped in. You can't evict her. She has rights. She's not on the lease. They all looked at Ashley. She went pale. 30 days, I said. Legally, I have to give you 30 days, but I want you out. Ashley started crying. Not sad tears, angry tears. You're gonna regret this. I'm going to destroy you both. Cool. Don't forget to return the laptop. They left with half her stuff. Ashley forgot the laptop again. That night, she went full scorched earth on social media. Posted our engagement story, but twisted. How I pursued her relentlessly at work. I asked her for coffee once. How my mom forced her to work unpaid overtime. She was salary and rarely stayed late. How the whole family was abusive and controlling. She posted screenshots of private texts, selectively edited, of course. Made me look like a mama's boy who couldn't function without mommy's approval. The thing is, some people believed her. Got messages from mutual friends asking if I was okay, if the abuse allegations were true. Abuse. Because I wouldn't let her steal from a business. Then she made her biggest mistake. Remember those client files she had? She tried to use them. Reached out to Morrison Industries directly, offering to do their accounting independently for 30% less than what mom's firm charged. One problem. Morrison's CEO, Patricia Morrison? She's mom's best friend from college. They were bridesmaids at each other's weddings. Patricia forwarded everything to mom immediately. Now, it wasn't just theft and defamation. It was attempted client poaching in violation of her non-compete clause. Mom's lawyer filed an emergency injunction. Ashley was served at Brittany's apartment the next day. Her lawyer dropped her immediately. Apparently, she hadn't told him about the non-compete or the client files, or the fake emails, or any of it, really. But Ashley wasn't done. Oh no, she showed up at mom's house at 10 p.m. Drunk. Rang the doorbell repeatedly, then started pounding when mom didn't answer fast enough. I know you're in there, you evil witch. You ruined my life. You turned Jake against me. You owe me everything. Mom called the police. Ashley was still screaming when they arrived. She stole my fiancé. She owes me money. I worked so hard and she fired me. Ma'am, you need to calm down. I am calm. This woman is a criminal. She runs a fraud business. Check her taxes. Check them. The officers looked at mom, standing calmly in her doorway in her pajamas and robe. Would you like to press charges for trespassing and harassment, ma'am? Mom sighed. Just get her home safe, please. They escorted Ashley away, but not before she screamed, "This isn't over." It wasn't. Final update 1 month later. The conclusion to this disaster is somehow exactly what Ashley deserved and yet still insane. So after the drunken lawn incident, Ashley got a visit from the police about harassment. No charges, thanks mom, but a warning. Ashley's response? She tried to break into the office. At 2 a.m. on a Tuesday, she used her old key card that she was supposed to return to try to enter the building. Except mom had deactivated it weeks ago. The attempt triggered our security system and alerted the security company. Cops found her in the parking lot, claiming she forgot something important inside. She was carrying an empty USB drive and wearing all black. Subtle. This time Mom did press charges. Breaking and entering, attempted theft. Ashley bailed out the next morning and immediately went on social media saying Mom had set her up and planted evidence. Nobody was buying it anymore. But here's where it gets really good. Remember Hartley Accounting, our competitor she'd been pushing clients toward? Turns out Ashley had applied there for a job, used Mom as a reference, without asking. Mr. Hartley called Mom personally. They're competitors, but professional ones. They refer overflow to each other during tax season. Helena, I got an interesting application. Ashley Summers says she was your client relations manager for 2 years. Mom put him on speaker. I was in the office. She was, Tom. She quit without notice 6 weeks ago. She said she was laid off due to downsizing. We haven't downsized. Actually, we're hiring her replacement. I see. She also claimed she brought in 40% of your new business last year. Mom actually snorted. She brought in 2 clients. Our junior accountant brought in 12. Interesting. One more thing. She said she's available immediately, but would need a $20,000 signing bonus to cover legal expenses from a wrongful termination suit against you. Tom, I'm going to send you some public court documents. Read them and make your own decision. Appreciated, Helena? He didn't hire her. Ashley found out and called the office screaming that Mom sabotaged her. Donna hung up on her. Then came the legal resolution. Court date for the criminal charges and civil suit happened the same week. Criminal first. Ashley pled down to attempted trespassing. Got probation, community service, and a restraining order keeping her away from the business and Mom's house. Civil case was beautiful. Ashley showed up representing herself. No lawyer would take her case after the first one dropped her. She'd prepared this whole presentation about how she was a whistleblower and deserved protection, not persecution. Judge asked for evidence of what she was whistleblowing about. The toxic work environment. Do you have documentation? Everyone knows. That's not documentation. She tried to submit her Facebook posts as evidence. Judge wouldn't accept them. Then Mom's lawyer presented the signed contract with the non-compete clause. The emails showing Ashley quit without notice. Security footage of her trying to break in. IT logs of the fake emails sent to clients. Screenshots of her social media defamation. Patricia Morrison's testimony about Ashley trying to poach her business. Written statements from 3 clients who left due to Ashley's fake emails. The damages came to $15,000 in lost business from clients who left, $8,000 in legal fees, $5,000 in IT security updates needed after her breach attempts, $12,000 for breach of contract and violation of non-compete. Total, $40,000. Ashley went white. I don't have that kind of money. Then I suggest you work out a payment plan with the plaintiff. But the best part? The judge also ordered her to return the laptop within 48 hours or face additional contempt charges. Ashley had sold it. Yeah, she sold company property to a pawn shop for $300. Mom's lawyer traced it down, serial number in our records. Cost $500 to buy it back. Ashley had to pay that too. As for me and Ashley's living situation, she moved out after I served her with formal eviction papers. Took everything that wasn't nailed down, including my coffee maker and all the light bulbs. Petty to the end. But she made one final mistake. She kept the engagement ring. See, in our state, an engagement ring is a conditional gift. Condition being marriage. No marriage, ring goes back. I asked for it back. She refused, said it was a gift and payment for emotional damages. Small claims court. 1. She had to return it or pay the value, $4,000. She didn't have it. Said she lost it. Judge didn't buy it. Found out later she pawned that too. Same shop as the laptop, they still had it. Got my ring back. Returned it to the jeweler for 70% value. Used the money to take Mom on a nice vacation after tax season ended. We needed it. Ashley? Last I heard through the grapevine. Living with her parents. Working part-time at a clothing store. Still posting about the injustice on social media to an increasingly smaller audience. Paying Mom $500 a month for the next 6.6 years. Can't get hired at any accounting firm in town. Word travels. Her new boyfriend dumped her when he Googled her name and found the court records. Mom's business? Thriving. We actually got 2 new clients from the Morrison presentation Tommy nailed. Patricia Morrison was so impressed we handled the crisis that she referred her business partners. We hired a new client relations manager, Evelyn. She's 55, has 30 years experience, and definitely isn't trying to marry me. Me? I'm good. Better than good. I learned that when someone tells you they're doing something for you that you didn't ask for, they're really doing it for themselves. Ashley thought she was irreplaceable. Thought being my fiancée made her untouchable. Thought she could hurt the business my mom spent 25 years building and face no consequences. She thought wrong. The funniest part? She still doesn't get it. Still posts about how she was betrayed and victimized for standing up for herself. Standing up for yourself doesn't mean burning down everything around you and expecting everyone to thank you for the warmth. Edit. To everyone asking why I proposed to her in the first place, she wasn't always like this, or maybe she was and hid it well. The entitlement seemed to grow with the engagement, like the ring was a license to act however she wanted. Edit 2. Yes, all the legal stuff is real. I have the documents. No, I won't share them. We've had enough drama. Edit 3. Mom wanted me to add that we're not a toxic family business. We have virtually no turnover, offer profit sharing, and close between Christmas and New Year's every year. Ashley was literally the only employee complaint we've ever had. And she was the one complaining. Final edit. Ashley found this post, threatened to sue me for libel. My lawyer, yes, I have my own now, laughed. Truth is an absolute defense. Die mad about it, Ashley. My girlfriend texted. I befriended your therapist on Facebook, and she told me everything about your sessions. You're more messed up than I thought, LOL. I replied, thanks for letting me know. Then I contacted the licensing board with screenshots and filed an ethics complaint. When my ex-therapist's career started crumbling and she revealed who manipulated her. I, 29 male, am sitting here staring at the most insane text I've ever received. Need to document this while it's fresh because I have a feeling this is about to get messy. Been with Natalie, 27, for about 18 months. Living together for 6. Started therapy 8 months ago to deal with some childhood stuff. Divorced parents, narcissistic mother, the usual trauma package. My therapist, Dr. Heather Brennan, seemed solid. Mid-40s, good reviews, specialized in family trauma. Sessions were helping. I was making progress. Yesterday at 3:17 p.m., while I'm at work, Natalie sends this. LMAO, so I befriended your therapist on Facebook. Wasn't hard. She accepts everyone, apparently. And we've been chatting. She told me everything about your sessions. You're way more messed up than I thought. Your mom issues, your trust problems, that thing with your dad. No wonder you're so clingy and paranoid. BW, she agrees you're probably bipolar or something. Maybe get real help? I read it 3 times. My hands were shaking, not from anger, from the violation. Called my office phone to test if I was dreaming. Nope, real. Texted back, thanks for letting me know. Natalie, that's it? You're not mad? Me, why would I be mad? You just gave me evidence. Evidence of what? I didn't respond. Instead, I took screenshots of everything. The text, the timestamp, her basically admitting to manipulating my therapist and to violating HIPAA and every ethical boundary that exists. Then I started my research. Dr. Brennan is licensed through our state's Board of Behavioral Sciences. Their website has a whole section on filing complaints. Violations of patient confidentiality, especially through social media, are taken very seriously. Like lose your license seriously. Spent my lunch break documenting everything. Downloaded my invoice history showing I was Dr. Brennan's patient. Grabbed screenshots of her Facebook, public profile, tons of inspirational quotes about trust and safe spaces. Ironic. Found Natalie on her friends list, added just 2 weeks ago. But here's the thing that made my blood boil. I scrolled through their public interactions. Dr. Brennan had been liking Natalie's posts, commenting with hearts on her selfies. There was one exchange. Natalie, so grateful for new friendships with wise women. Likewise, dear. Coffee soon? Would love to chat more about what we discussed. They were meeting in person to discuss my private therapy sessions. Saved everything. Created a folder. Ethical violation evidence. Went back to work like normal. Natalie texted a few more times. Hello? Why are you being weird? It's not a big deal, I was just curious. You're overreacting as usual. Didn't respond to any of it. Let her spiral. Got home around 6. Natalie was on the couch, wine glass in hand, trying to look casual. So we're not going to talk about this? She said. Talk about what? You violating my privacy? My therapist breaking federal law? Which part would you like to discuss? She rolled her eyes. Don't be so dramatic. I was just looking out for you. I wanted to understand what's wrong with you. What's wrong with me? You know, your issues. Why you're so difficult sometimes. I sat down across from her, calm as possible. Natalie, what exactly did Dr. Brennan tell you? She got this smug look. Everything. Your daddy issues, how you can't trust women because of your mom, that weird thing about feeling responsible for your parents' divorce, the crying sessions, all of it. Each word was another nail in Dr. Brennan's professional coffin. Did she share this over Facebook Messenger or in person? Both. Why? Just curious. Did you happen to save any of those messages? Maybe. Why do you care? I don't. Just wondering. She was getting suspicious now, but also drunk. You're being weird, Daniel. This is exactly what she said. You get all cold and calculated when you're upset instead of just expressing emotions like a normal person. That's when it hit me. They hadn't just discussed my past. They'd been analyzing my behavior, diagnosing me, planning how to handle me. How long have you two been talking? Like 2 weeks. Since that big fight we had about my ex, I needed perspective. The fight about her ex. When I'd asked her to stop talking to him daily, and she'd called me controlling. When I'd brought it up in therapy. When Dr. Brennan had helped me work through my boundaries. So you befriended my therapist to get ammunition for our relationship arguments? I befriended her to understand you better. But honestly, Daniel, after hearing everything, I don't think this is working. You need serious help, like medication-level help. There it was. Are you breaking up with me? I think I need space to process all this. Dr. Brennan thinks you might have attachment disorders, and honestly, I can't deal with that right now. My therapist was giving my girlfriend relationship advice about me. Okay, when do you want to move out? She looked shocked. Move out? This is my apartment too. Actually, it's not. Lease is in my name, you're month to month. You can't just kick me out. I'm not. I'm asking when you'd like to leave, since you need space. This is exactly what she warned me about. You're being manipulative. I stood up. Natalie, I'm going to stay at a hotel tonight. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon. Please have your decision made by then. Grabbed an overnight bag and left. She was yelling something about emotional manipulation, but I didn't care. From the hotel, I started drafting my complaint to the licensing board. Update 1. 2 weeks later. Holy hell, this exploded in ways I didn't expect. First, the Natalie situation. I came back the next day and she was gone. Cleared out her stuff, left her key, and a note that said, "You need help." Perfect. Made the eviction I was planning unnecessary. She blocked me on everything except Venmo. Guess she was hoping for a security deposit she never paid. I blocked her there too. Now the Dr. Brennan situation. I filed the complaint with the Board of Behavioral Sciences that Monday, 12 pages. Screenshots, dates, timeline, everything. Included. The original text from Natalie admitting everything, Facebook screenshots showing their friendship and public interactions, my treatment records showing I was an active patient, a detailed timeline of the breach. The board responded within 48 hours. They take this stuff seriously. Got a call from an investigator, Robert, who sounded like he'd seen some stuff, but this still shocked him. She discussed your sessions over Facebook and met with your girlfriend in person to discuss your treatment. That's what my ex-girlfriend stated, yes. We'll need a formal statement from you. Can you come in Thursday? Went in. Spent 3 hours going through everything. Robert had me write out a detailed statement, asked if I'd be willing to testify if it went to a hearing. Absolutely. One more thing, Robert said. We'll be requesting Dr. Brennan's Facebook records and any communications with Miss Natalie's last name, if there are other patients. That hit me. If she did this to me, who else? He gave me a case number and said the investigation would take 2 to 6 weeks. But here's where it gets wild. Dr. Brennan must have gotten the notice because she called me that Friday. Called me. I let it go to voicemail. Daniel, this is Dr. Brennan. I'm very concerned about some allegations that have been made. I think there's been a terrible misunderstanding. Please call me back so we can discuss this. This is all just a big miscommunication. Screenshot the call log. Added to my file. She called 6 more times over the weekend. No more voicemails. Then the emails started. Daniel, I'm deeply concerned about these false accusations. Your girlfriend reached out to me, not the other way around. She was worried about you. As your therapist, I had an obligation to help. What? That's not how therapy works. I forwarded everything to Robert. Then Monday morning, the real bomb dropped. Got a Facebook message from a woman named Claire. Hi, you don't know me, but I saw your post in the city community group about Dr. Brennan. She was my therapist too. She became friends with my mom on Facebook and told her about my sessions. I thought I was crazy. Can we talk? We talked. Claire had been seeing Dr. Brennan for anxiety. Dr. Brennan befriended her mom, told her that Claire was exaggerating her childhood abuse, that she needed to forgive and reconnect with her abusive father. Claire's mom used this information to ambush her at a family dinner. Claire had complained to the board 6 months ago but withdrew it after Dr. Brennan threatened to sue her for defamation. She said she'd ruin my life. Said no one would believe me. I was already dealing with anxiety, and I just gave up. I gave her Robert's direct number, told her she wasn't alone now. By that Wednesday, 3 more former patients had reached out. All women. All had similar stories. Dr. Brennan befriending family members or partners on social media, information from sessions being shared, boundaries being violated. We started a group chat. The stories were horrifying. Jessica's husband was told about her past abortion during their divorce proceedings. Amy's mother was given details about her sexual assault to help her understand. Catherine's ex-boyfriend was coached on how to handle her depression. Dr. Brennan had been doing this for years. But then came the twist I didn't see coming. Got a text from an unknown number. This is Natalie. I know you blocked me, but I need to tell you something. Heather contacted me first. She reached out to me on Facebook, said she was concerned about you. I thought it was weird, but she said you were in crisis. I'm sorry. I didn't respond, but I screenshot it. An hour later, another text. She told me you were dangerous, said you had attachment disorders, and she was worried about my safety. She said befriending her was my idea so you wouldn't get suspicious. Daniel, I think she planned this. Now I responded, send me everything. Screenshots, messages, all of it. The flood came. Dozens of messages. Dr. Brennan had reached out to Natalie the day after our session about boundaries with the ex. Told her I was showing concerning signs, and as a mandated reporter, she was worried. But it got worse. Dr. Brennan had been coaching Natalie, telling her what to say to trigger me, what buttons to push, how to make me seem unstable. If he gets upset, document it. We might need it for his treatment plan. Try mentioning his mother. See how he reacts. Don't give him space. Push for emotional responses. She was using my girlfriend to gather ammunition for something. The last message from Dr. Brennan to Natalie, sent the day after I filed the complaint. If anyone asks, you reached out to me first. You were concerned about his mental health. I tried to maintain boundaries, but you were persistent. This is important, Natalie. My career depends on it. Natalie had typed back. This feels wrong. Dr. Brennan, do you want him to get help or not? Sometimes we have to protect people from themselves. I forwarded everything to Robert immediately. His response was quick. Come in tomorrow. Bring everything. Update 2, 1 month later. The investigation moved faster than anyone expected. Turns out when 5 patients file similar complaints with documented evidence, the board takes action. When those complaints include evidence of the therapist coaching people to manipulate patients and then trying to cover it up, they move at light speed. Dr. Brennan was suspended pending investigation within a week of my meeting with Robert. But she didn't go quietly. First, she tried to contact all of us. Emails, calls, even showed up at Claire's work. Claire called the police and got a restraining order. That didn't look good for Dr. Brennan's case. Then she hired a lawyer and tried to paint us as coordinated attackers who were retaliating because she wouldn't prescribe medication. She's not even a psychiatrist, can't prescribe anything. Her lawyer sent us all cease and desist letters. We all forwarded them to Robert. But here's where Dr. Brennan really messed up. She went on Facebook and posted this long rant about false accusations and mentally ill patients targeting healthcare workers. She didn't name names, but said enough that anyone could figure it out. Screenshot. Sent to Robert. Then she created a webpage called The Truth About the Lies, where she posted what she claimed were session notes, proving we were all delusional. Except, those weren't our real session notes. She'd fabricated them. I know because my real ones were subpoenaed by the board and they looked nothing alike. She claimed I had violent ideation and paranoid delusions. The real notes talked about normal childhood trauma and relationship anxiety. Nothing about violence or delusions. The investigation revealed she'd been friends with at least 23 patients or their family members on Facebook. She'd shared confidential information with at least 11 non-patients. She'd been charging insurance for 90-minute sessions but only meeting for 45 minutes. She wasn't even keeping proper records, just making stuff up later. The hearing was scheduled for last Thursday. All 5 of us testified via Zoom. Dr. Brennan was there with her lawyer, wearing this conservative outfit like she was cosplaying a responsible therapist. My testimony was straightforward. Read my statement, showed the evidence, answered questions. The board members looked increasingly horrified as I went through the timeline. Dr. Brennan's defense was basically, they're all lying, I was trying to help, these patients are disturbed. Then Claire testified, then Jessica, then Amy, then Catherine. By the time Catherine was done, one board member looked physically ill. Dr. Brennan's lawyer tried to claim we were all misunderstanding therapeutic techniques and that family involvement is sometimes necessary. The board chair, an older woman who looked like she'd seen everything, said, "Mr. Peterson, are you suggesting that discussing a patient's sexual assault with their mother via Facebook Messenger is a recognized therapeutic technique?" Even he looked embarrassed. Then came the star witness, Natalie. She'd agreed to testify after I sent her information to Robert. She was brutal. Went through every message, every manipulation, how Dr. Brennan had convinced her I was dangerous when all I'd done was ask for boundaries with an ex. She told me he was going to hurt me, Natalie said. She said I needed to document everything for when he snapped. But Daniel never snapped. He just left. Got a hotel, like a normal person who needed space. Dr. Brennan actually interrupted. "She's lying. They're all lying. This is a conspiracy." Her lawyer tried to shush her, but she kept going. "Daniel is manipulative. He turned everyone against me. Check his history. Check his records." The board chair had to mute her. The decision came 2 hours later. License revoked permanently. She can never practice therapy in our state again. The board is also referring the case for criminal prosecution for violation of HIPAA. Each violation can carry up to $50,000 in fines and a year in jail. She violated it at least 11 documented times. But the best part? The board is sending notices to every state licensing board in the country. She can't just move and start over. Dr. Brennan lost it. Started screaming about lawsuits and discrimination and how we destroyed an innocent woman. Her lawyer literally walked out while she was mid-rant. Final update, 2 months later. Figured I owe you all a conclusion to this insane saga. Dr. Brennan tried to sue all of us for defamation. The case was dismissed with prejudice, meaning she can't refile, because, as the judge put it, truth is an absolute defense against defamation, and the plaintiffs have provided overwhelming evidence of the truth. She had to pay our legal fees, all 5 of us. That bill came to about $47,000. Then the criminal case hit. The DA's office decided to prosecute for the HIPAA violations. 11 counts. She pled guilty to 5 counts to avoid jail time, got 2 years probation, 500 hours of community service, and $250,000 in fines. But that's not even the end. Her malpractice insurance dropped her, then sued her to recover the money they'd paid out to settle claims from other patients who came forward after the story hit the news. Last I heard, 12 more former patients were suing her. She had to sell her practice building. Her house is in foreclosure. She filed for bankruptcy last month. Someone sent me her LinkedIn. She's working as a life coach now, except she legally has to disclose she lost her therapy license for ethics violations. Somehow I don't think that's going well. The real kicker? Found out through the grapevine why she targeted me specifically. Remember how this all started right after I discussed boundaries with my ex in therapy? Turns out Dr. Brennan's husband had left her the month before for being controlling and invasive. She saw my situation and projected hard. Decided if she could prove I was the problem, not Natalie, it would somehow validate that she wasn't the problem in her marriage. She destroyed her career, her life, and violated multiple patients' trust because she couldn't handle her own divorce. As for me, I found a new therapist. Took weeks to even consider it, but Claire recommended someone. First session, I asked about their social media policy. I don't have social media, he said, and if I did, I certainly wouldn't friend patients or their families. That would be incredibly unethical. We're making good progress. Natalie reached out once more 2 weeks ago. Long apology email. Said she's in therapy herself now with an actual ethical therapist. Said she realizes how messed up everything was. How Dr. Brennan manipulated her insecurities about our relationship. I replied with just, I hope you find peace. Because I have. It's weird, this whole thing was a massive violation, but it also taught me something. I wasn't crazy. My instincts were right. When something feels wrong, it probably is. And sometimes the best revenge isn't planned or calculated. Sometimes it's just refusing to let someone's violation of your trust go unchallenged. Sometimes it's just doing the right thing and letting the consequences follow. Dr. Brennan destroyed herself. All I did was hand her the rope. To everyone who reached out with similar stories, thank you. We created a support group that meets monthly, virtually. If you've experienced something similar with a therapist, counselor, or any healthcare provider, please know you're not alone. And you're not crazy. Report them. Document everything. Don't let them convince you it's normal. It's not. Edit, since people keep asking, yes, this is real. I've removed some identifying details, but the basics are all true. And no, I'm not sharing the news articles. We've all been through enough without internet sleuths digging up our real names. Edit 2. To the therapists reaching out saying this gives the profession a bad name, you're right to be concerned. But ignoring bad actors makes it worse. Police your own. The number of therapists who apparently knew Dr. Brennan was sketchy, but said nothing is disturbing. Edit 3. Natalie and I are not getting back together. That bridge isn't just burned, it's nuked from orbit. We were both manipulated, but the relationship was clearly not healthy even before Dr. Brennan's interference. Final edit. The 5 of us from the original complaint are considering writing a guide for recognizing and reporting unethical therapy practices. If there's interest, maybe we'll post it somewhere. Knowledge is power, and no one should go through what we did. Stay safe out there. Trust your gut, and if your therapist tries to friend your mom on Facebook, run.